It's Cinematc, an Adam Young podcast. In this podcast, we cover some great news on Adam Young of Owl City, give you important dates to put on your calendar, review the latest from Adam Young, and much more. Hey guys, welcome to episode 8 of the Cinematc and Adam Young podcast. So you'll notice a little bit of a change in our episodes. First of all, we are now using Spreaker Studio. Now Spreaker, I have actually used the website for years and years, recording episodes of the podcast, and I actually used to use Spreaker a lot, recording my episodes. Now the thing is I just haven't been, I haven't been using it lately for some reason. First of all, with my other podcast, which is a DJ type of podcast, I've been using a virtual DJ. And then with most of my other podcasts, I've just been editing it with Audacity. I've been recording episodes. I've been recording voice memos on my phone, exporting them to my computer, and editing them that way. Well, the thing I like about Spreaker Studio is I'm basically editing this in real time. So I'll literally, if the episode is an hour, I'm literally spending an hour actually editing this episode in real time. So adding the music in, and I'm going to be listening to the music and just a lot of stuff. So it's a little bit more work because depending on how long the episode is, it actually doesn't take me that long to edit the episode, but editing the episode in real time is a little bit longer. But I've realized that I've been getting lazy with my editing, and a lot of the episodes come out late. And if I edit in real time, I honestly don't think it will take me that long to do. And plus, I'm not really working that much anymore, so as long as I don't have any interruptions, I should be fine with getting back to editing in real time. So this is our first episode, a part of the Cinematc and Adam Young podcast, where we are editing in real time, and this is pre-recorded. This isn't actually a live episode. You can do live episodes, and I might do a live episode, but that depends on if people are interested and are listening to this, because if you want me to do a live episode, I will, but I'm not gonna do a live episode just for the fun of it, because I'd rather just do pre-recorded episode. Well, I guess if I do it live, it wouldn't matter, but because if I pre-record it, I gotta upload it anyway, so maybe I should do live more, but we'll see. But anyways, this is episode 8, and I can't believe it's been a week now since, has it been a week? Actually, it's been 2 weeks now. I didn't realize it. It's been 2 weeks since the release date of the Real 3 EP. The reason I was thinking it was a week is just because I uploaded my Real 3 review late. But no, it was actually, it's been 2 weeks now. Okay, I didn't realize that, so, yeah. Well, let's get started with the episode, I rambled on a little bit. Also, one thing I gotta mention is I am sorry if the podcast has seemed a little bit messy for the past few weeks. I've been fooling around trying to get my episode still hosted on Spreaker, but I wanted it. I want some of the episodes to have chapters, and unfortunately, when I get the chapters imported into the file of me recording the episode, but as soon as I upload it to Spreaker, it's like the chapters don't exist anymore. So I don't know. I was trying to look for something else to how to figure out to get the chapters on there, and just everything I've done didn't quite work. So the podcast is not on iTunes as I am currently speaking on this April the 19th, but maybe I am working on getting it back on iTunes because whatever I was trying to do wasn't working. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's get to Owl City news portion of the episode, shall we? So, the thing I like about using Spreaker Studio is the sound effects. Now, there's not a lot of sound effects to fool around with, unfortunately, but the more I use it, you can also add your own sound effects in. So I might that sound effect that you just heard was my Owl City news portion of the episode, but I might change that sound effect. It's probably not going to be that sound effect at all. So anyways, Owl City news. Adam had a big announcement. We had talked about it last week on speculations on what the what it would be, and a lot of people were thinking maybe it was Adam announcing an engagement to Abby or some sort of wedding thing. I didn't think it was going to be that. I knew it wasn't going to be that, but a lot of people were just thinking, oh, Adam's going to propose to Abby. Adam's going to propose to his girlfriend and whatnot. Yeah, that didn't happen. There were speculations that Adam was going to go on tour, and there was one of my speculations was Adam has a project with Matthew Thiessen, not Thiessen. I always say Thiessen. I just had recently learned that it's actually Thiessen, which I knew it was Thiessen all along. So, anyways, Adam and Matthew Thiessen, ever since Adam had since Ocean Eyes, Adam had actually stated that he has a project that they're both working on called Goodbye Dubai. Well, we all thought that, us the fans didn't forget about it, but we all thought that that was a project that was long gone and buried. Well, Matthew Thiessen had recently said that that they are still working on the project. So hopefully we should hear music from that project very soon. Because I'm interested to see what Matthew Thiessen has worked on with Adam on a lot of his music, and Adam has also collaborated with his band Reliant K. So I'm kind of curious as to what Goodbye Dubai would sound like, So that was my speculation. But the reality is Adam actually just announced that he is going on tour, the Owl City Cinematc tour. And he said more info is coming out tomorrow. As of the day I'm recording this on Thursday. Now there are some approximate dates. And these are just approximate because Adam posted like this little video of like these constellations going through different maps, different areas in a map, but it wasn't labeled, so we don't really know officially where Adam is touring. But I will give you some I will give you some countries or some areas that people are speculating just from that video. But Adam is going to be sharing us more info on that tomorrow, so hopefully by then we should know where Adam is touring. But it should be all over the USA, Japan, and South Korea, apparently. So here are the approximate locations. So So far, there's 28 tour dates that people are speculating. It's Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, Ottawa, Ontario. So for Canada, it's the only Canadian date I see up here. Dover, Delaware, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, New York City, New York, Boston, Massachusetts, Norfolk, Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Orlando, Florida, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, San Diego, California, Sacramento, California, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Boise, Idaho, Salt Lake City, Utah, Denver, Colorado, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Indianapolis, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio, Tokyo, Japan, Nagoya, Japan, Osaka, Japan, and Seoul, South Korea. So there could be more dates added in there, but it wouldn't surprise me if Adam isn't adding a lot of dates to his tour. Reason for that being is Adam is not signed to a label company anymore, so we really don't know. We just really don't know if there's going to be more dates or not. Adam's not signed to his label company, so I don't know. I don't know how booking a tour works when you're not signed to a label company, but I do know that I didn't think a tour was going to happen. I mean, I knew out of all the big announcements that was probably going to be it. I had a feeling that it would be a tour, but I thought, for some reason I didn't see a tour happening, but there is a tour happening, which is awesome. And, I've never been to an Owl City concert. If I could find a way to get there, that'd be cool. I want to buy myself some tickets. Hopefully, if Adam goes to Toronto, I really don't want to go to Ottawa because I live closer to Toronto than Ottawa. But I've been to all my favorite artists' concerts except for Adam, so I really would love to go to an Owl City concert. But we'll have to see the dates and whatnot, and Adam is announcing some more info on that tomorrow, so hopefully we should see what happens from there. Also, in the Owl City news, Adam had recently just posted his acoustic version of Be Brave. I actually was not expecting this because I was expecting it next week. I knew Adam was doing an acoustic version, and I figured it would be Brave because that song just fits more into the acoustic realm. Now, most of the beginning sounds a lot like the original version, and that's because the original sounds acoustic before the heavy guitar hits in and it turns into that rock song. But the acoustic version of Be Brave is just amazing. Now, the difference is there's no lyric changes in this version. With the Montana acoustic version and the 5th of July acoustic versions, those both had some lyric changes in it. This is completely the original song acoustic version. I really enjoyed this version. I still prefer the original version just because, the guitars, the heavy electric guitars, just blew me away, and I was not expecting that whatsoever. So, there's not really much to say about the acoustic version. Except I'll be playing the acoustic version here after I'm finished talking about it. But yeah, I don't think there's anything much to add to that except it was a really great version. I still prefer the original, but I do enjoyed that. I did enjoy that version. And for those of you who has not seen the video, I just gotta say, Abby pops up at the end of it, and it was so interesting. Adam is performing. I want to say it's at a school. I don't really know where Adam is performing, but you see Adam's girlfriend pop in. She starts walking into the room, and she's like a silhouette, and it's really an interesting video for sure. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend watching the video. But we're going to be playing the acoustic version right now. And then we're going to, I think, be talking about the inspiration behind Lucid Dream, because we didn't do the inspiration of Lucid Dream in the last episode, because my Reel 3 review was an hour and 25 minutes. Didn't even realize it would be that long, so hopefully this episode's a little bit shorter, but I was rambling for the first 6 minutes before we actually dived into the episode. But anyways, let's get to Be Brave, the acoustic version of Be Brave, right here.
Basement of an empty house, I slept on the floor like a vagrant. I braved a Minnesota winter night and drove to a movie feeling lonely. And as I thought my heart out by the light of the silver screen, I was unaware that you were there in the dark. A silhouette was climbing up the stairs, and what I thought in the parking lot was like, I just wanna know your name. I drove away with not much to say, but in my hand I held a paper bird, and written on it were the words, be brave. Grabbed my keys and drove toward a star, and there I was understood for the first time in my life. 'Cause that's when I was introduced to true serendipity. I knew it when you showed up again in the snow. Always told your heart is where you're home. And what I thought in the coffee shop was like the last 8 hours was a dream. not much to say, but in my hand I held a paper bird, and written on it were the words. And in my mind, after all this time, I think, ain't life beautiful and strange? I'm blown away with no words to say, 'cause I'll forever be amazed how I learned the meaning of the phrase. Be brave.
That's Owl City, Be Brave, the acoustic version that you can hear on Adam's YouTube, Vivo, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So I really enjoyed the acoustic version. I still prefer the original, and as I said, it doesn't really sound that much different, except there's no heavy guitars in this version. It doesn't really sound like a rock song. Now, the acoustic version of Be Brave is what I was expecting when I had first heard the song, but of course the heavy guitars come in and it's like, whoa. So I prefer the heavy guitar version, but I think I think without the heavy guitars, it probably suits the song a little bit more. But I'm more into that rock sound for this song. So, all right. Well, Owl City calendar dates. There is not much except tour dates should be announced very soon. As I said, more info on Adam touring will be available tomorrow. Adam is announcing that tomorrow. But I wanted to get this episode recorded right away because I thought, hey, we got a little bit more news now. Also, I forgot to mention, before I actually get to the Owl City calendar dates, Adam also had updated his Cinematc storyboard playlist, and that has the 3 songs that inspired Cloud9. So you can search up Adam's Spotify playlist, Cinematc Storyboard, if you want to hear those the songs that inspired Cloud9. But of course, we will be covering that in a future episode. So, yeah. All right, back to calendar dates. So, as I said, Adam's going on tour. He is actually going on tour. Matt Thiessen and the Earthquakes, Adam's or Matt Thiessen's side project outside of Reliant K, is actually the opener for Adam. So that's exciting. So maybe we'll hear some goodbye Dubai stuff in that. I have no idea, but we'll have to see. But anyways, other than Adam announcing his tour dates tomorrow, which when we record our next episode, we'll probably mention some tour dates. June 1st, the Cinematc album comes out. Other than that, there's not really much for some dates, but of course, when Adam announces some dates for anything, I'll be sure to talk about it, and I'll be sure to yeah, I'll be sure to talk about it. Yeah, so I think that's it for the calendar dates. As I said, when Adam adds some tour dates, I'll definitely be sure to let you guys know. And of course, any other important dates, I'll be sure to let you know. But right now, the only date that we have is the Cinematc album release date, and that's for the Cinematc album. Alright, well, let's get to our cinematic storyboard part of the episode, I guess, before we end the episode. There really wasn't much to cover in this episode, but I do also want to mention I didn't really want to do it in this episode because I thought I'd save it for a future episode, just so we have more to talk about. But I am going to, obviously before the album comes out, and hopefully before Adam releases more of those behind-the-scenes clips on his website, I want to talk about my prediction of what each song off of the album is about. But of course, I don't want to talk about it in this episode just because I feel like, if I talk about it now, I don't really think much will be happening with Adam between now and when the album comes out. Although apparently Adam has a busy schedule, according to this reply he said to some podcaster on Twitter, because I don't know. Anyways, so I mean, you never know. Some things might happen between now and the album release date, but if I talk about it now and then nothing happens between now and June, well, I don't want to have just an episode talking about the inspiration behind each song. So I am going to save that for the next episode, I guess. Because by the next episode, I don't think there's going to be really much. So I don't know when the next episode will come out. It might come out next week. I might record it next week or sometime at the beginning of May. But let's get to our cinematic storyboard part of the episode. So as I had mentioned before, that the cinematic storyboard is Adam puts his own song in the playlist, and then 3 songs that follow his song, like inspires it instrumentally or lyrically or something. So vocally, I don't really know how any of these songs kind of inspired Lucid Dream, but we'll get more into that once we play those songs. But let's play Lucid Dream right now, and then we're going to cover some of the songs that had inspired Lucid Dream. So here's so we're going to be playing Lucid Dream right now. So here's Lucid Dream.
I am a light sleeper, but I am a heavy dreamer. My imagination gives me wings, and I can go anywhere. And when I wander away to some other place, I'm suddenly there, way up in the air, where passenger trains catch fire and fill the sky with flames. And that black rabbit of death wakes up in a breath of beautiful dreams. My heartache, it seems so terribly vain, where fire and diamonds fall like rain. Do study the stars. That's how you study the stars. And that's how you know by heart. Life is a lucid dream. Such is the path of a dreamer. I find my way by moonlight. My imagination gives me wings, and I can go anywhere. And when I wander away to some other place, I'm suddenly there, way up in the air, where passenger trains catch fire and fill the sky with flames. And that black rabbit of death wakes up in a breath of beautiful dreams. My heartache, it seems so terribly vain, where fire and diamonds fall like rain. Do you believe in endless miracles? Do you believe in the impossible? Do you believe sleep is a time machine? Do you believe in curiosity? Do you believe in what you cannot see? Do you believe life is a lucid dream? Well, that's how you study the stars. That's how you study the stars. And that's how you know by heart. Life is a lucid dream. Well, that's how you study the stars. That's how you study the stars. And that's how you know by heart. Life is a lucid dream. I am a light sleeper, but I am a heavy dreamer.
Alright, that was Owl City with Lucid Dream. Sorry. This is my first time using the Spreaker Studio. I mean, I've used Spreaker Studio on my phone, but that was a while ago, and so I'm still trying to get into the hang of things. So if this episode sounds a little messy, just bear with me for a little bit. Also, I've got this extremely long cord as far as this headset microphone goes. I literally bought this yesterday. I was trying to look for a mic for my PC to record the episodes. And this is the best I can get right now. I'm hoping to buy like one of those professional microphones in the near future, but just like a little headset microphone is the best I can do at the moment. Alright, but yeah, that was Owl City with Lucid Dream. So alright, so yeah, the songs that inspired Lucid Dream. The first track that we're going to be playing is by Armin van Buuren. This is What It Feels Like, featuring Trevor Guthrie. This is a song that they play a lot on the radio, at least where I live. So this song should be familiar to a lot of people. Because all the songs that had actually inspired Lucid Dream are EDM tracks. I thought we'd play extended versions to most of the songs, even though the radio edits were in the playlist. There's no extended version, though, to the ATB track, but whatever. Yeah. So I don't, as far as lyrics go, I don't know if anything from these songs inspired Lucid Dream lyric wise, but definitely the instrumentals, the production had definitely inspired Lucid Dream, because Lucid Dream is more of a trance type EDM song, and that's what these songs are as well. So, as I have mentioned in the past, that these songs, when we play the cinematic storyboard part of our episode and play the inspiration behind each track, we are playing them back to back to back. So we're going to play the first track and we won't come back until the last track. So that's all that I'm going to be doing for that. Now I know for the All My Friends one we only played 2 tracks, and that was because the other track wasn't on the Spotify playlist anymore. It got deleted, and quite frankly I didn't really know the song that so I figured I didn't want to download it just to play in the episode. Even though we are going to be playing some songs that I don't know, I just figured what's the point of me downloading it just from if I don't know it. I'd only download it if it was actually in the playlist, but for some reason it wasn't in the playlist. So I have no idea why that is. But anyways, let's get started, I guess, with the first track off of the Cinematc storyboard. Oh, I guess I have to play each. Okay. Sorry, I'm so used to I'm trying to figure out this Spreaker Studio thing. So, let's get to Armin van Buuren. This is what it feels like, featuring Trevor Guthrie.
Nobody here knocking at my door. The sound of silence, I can't take anymore. Nobody ringing my telephone now. Oh, how I miss such a beautiful sound. you now. This is what it feels like. my dream. What have you done to me? I'll never be the same, I'll tell you for sure. I'll never be the same, I'll tell you for sure. I'll never be the same, I'll tell you for sure. You really are my ecstasy. My real life fantasy, oh yeah. You really are my ecstasy. My real life fantasy, oh yeah. You really are my ecstasy. There could be no other one without having my real life fantasy, oh yeah. There could be no other one without having you really are my ecstasy. There could be no other one without having my real life fantasy, oh
Ecstasy, ATB, and before that we also heard Ferry, Corsten with Many Ways, featuring Jenny Wallstrom, and as well as Armin van Buuren, This Is What It Feels Like, featuring Trevor Guthrie. So I just realized that this thing doesn't crossfade tracks, which had I had realized that, I would have like figured something else out, but as I said, this is my first time using this, so just bear with me. I'll get better at using it in the future, and I might alternate back to using this and going back to my old-fashioned where I just edit using Audacity. I like doing this because I edit in real time, and then that way, you know, because I'm lazy with my editing, and I just don't edit, and then it takes me, and then it's like, geez, I wonder why these episodes are so late, and I'm releasing them all at the same time. But then it's like when I edit in real time, it's like, well, I can record the episode and edit it at the same time, and it just makes it so much easier on me. So, we'll see. I think right now I'm going to stick to the Spreaker Studio, but of course there are days where I know I'm not going to have time to actually do it, because I got some other stuff to do, and then it's, you know, it takes it away from that, so, because like literally we almost spent an hour just for this, so, yeah. Well, I think that concludes our episode. As I said, we might have an episode next week or the week after, covering the inspiration behind, I guess it would be Montana next. And then, of course, by then we'll have some more information on Adam's tour, so we'll definitely talk about that as well. And any more other stuff that comes our way, we'll definitely talk about it as well. So, guys, it is the 19th of April at the time I'm recording this, and we only have 43 days until the Cinematc album comes out, which seems like a lot of days, but really that's just around the corner. We have April's half over, and then we still have the whole month of May, June 1st. So, alright, well, I think this is probably the last preview Actually, no, this is the second last preview, I guess, that we have from Adam's album Cinematc. So I'm going to play you another song that I'm looking forward to off of the Cinematc album. And so we're going to be playing you guys a preview of Madeline Island. So yeah, let's get to a preview of Madeline Island.
Boarded a ferry boat. We saw La Point for the first time, and we felt right at home. Drove out to Big Bay State Park, picked out our campsite. We settled in underneath the stars, and there we were, out there in the Great Lake Superior, right across the bay.
I was trying to fade that out. That didn't work so well because again, I'm learning this thing, and with Audacity, I just took the track, faded it in, and then faded it out. Here, I have to slide the thing, and I slided it to too late. So, alright guys, well that concludes our episode for this week. It was a little short. Again, we mainly talked about the Owl City tour that's going to be happening, the Cinematc tour. We talked about the Be Brave acoustic version. Again, there just really wasn't much to talk about except the big announcement that Adam had. And then the Be Brave acoustic version. I wasn't expecting that until next week, so I'm kind of glad we got that now. And then we talked about the inspiration behind Lucid Dream. So the next track that we're going to be talking about the inspiration of is indeed Montana. And so yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode, and if we don't see you next week, we will definitely see you the week after. I don't know when I'm going to record my next episode, but maybe when more news comes in, although I feel like when we get more information on the tour tomorrow, that will probably be enough to do an episode. And of course, I want to talk about the my predictions of what the rest of the songs on the album will be about. Now, of course, we heard previews of all the songs on the album, so now we just gotta, what I'm judging from the preview and the title of the track, what the song is about. So I'm going to be talking about that in the next episode. So if we do an episode next week, great, but if not, it will probably be sometime at the beginning of May. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Episode 8 of Cinematc, an Adam Young podcast. This is not on iTunes, but the podcast got taken off iTunes for just a bit while I fooled around with some stuff. But it is, it should be back on iTunes very shortly. Hopefully before we record our next episode. And guys, if you want for me to do a live episode, be sure to leave me some feedback. You can do that in various ways. I always post, every time I upload an episode, I always post it on my Tumblr, Reddit, the Owl City subreddit, Tumblr. You can also email me. Actually, no, you can't email me. I don't have an email for my Cinematc podcast. But you can follow me on OceanEyed55 on Tumblr. DM me that way if you want me to do a live episode. You can also leave me a voicemail at speakpipe.com/AdamTalk. There are many ways you can contact me to just give me some feedback, and if you want me to do a live episode, I will. But I don't want to do a live episode just for the sake of it. So, yeah. So sorry that I fooled around a little bit. This episode was longer than I had wanted it to be, but as I said, this is the first time I used Spreaker Studio in forever, and it's the first time using it on the computer. Normally, I use it on my phone. So interesting that I had finally gotten around to do this. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode, and we'll see you for episode 9 either next week or the week after. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next episode. Thanks for listening to Cinematc, an Adam Young podcast. All songs in this episode belongs to Adam Young of Owl City. I do not own anything. Please follow me on my Twitter at Oceanide55. Thanks for listening, and be sure to tune in next time for our next episode.